Yo, what's going on? Another episode of CTM Sports. Thanks to everybody who tuning in. Thanks to everybody who watched the last one. I think I did the other day. I can't even remember the day. It's getting blurred with schoolwork. But thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for supporting. And please make sure that you support the Thinking Game podcast as well. Welcome to sports. I think the Laker game is going on right now. Probably do more of a breakdown on that game tomorrow evening sometime. So I just want to come on and talk about sports a little bit and see what's going on. But if you're in the comments, let me know who you got coming out the West. From looking at the score, it looks like the Lakers, they were up by a significant amount, but it seems like Denver now is coming back. So keep an eye on that throughout the game, but we'll definitely do a better breakdown on that tomorrow. So with that being said, we're going to get right into the sports. Give me 1 second. Let me do my homework real quick. My back end. All right, here we go. First slide that we're going to talk about today is Kevin Durant and LeBron James, are we seeing the decline years of their careers right now? They're both facing elimination. They really seem like they don't have the trait to carry a team like they used to, where they could just average 40 points a game and win a series. They actually got to have a whole team, to roll to do their part. It's not like back in the olden days when they was younger. And are we seeing a decline right now in their careers? They both in their 30s, well in their 30s, almost 40. Both of them guys they have taken care of their bodies pretty much the best they could in the circumstances that they have. But are they in the decline of their career? Let me know in the comments what you think. LeBron is extending his career. He don't do the things he used to do. Of course he can't by age. And it's one thing to think about in life. As age, that's why you got to make good decisions while you're younger. Because when you start to age, you can't recover or do things the same way you did in your 20s. So something to think about. Is we all going to face decline in our lives. It's just when you're playing sports, it comes a little bit early as far as career decline because of age and attrition and father time. Joints get older. All that jumping and moving and sliding and lateral movement is going to have an effect on you. So let me know, are we seeing a decline in their career?
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
So going to the next slide.
It's always business, never personal.
Shaq says he can still dominate in today's NBA. He said he can average about 30-something, maybe 40, 15 rebounds, something like that. Tell me what you think. Do you think Shaq could still dominate in today's NBA if you took prime Shaq and put him in today's NBA with everybody shooting threes and layups? Could he dominate? You think about some of the big men like Jokic. He dominates when he plays teams, but he's not always in the post. Shaq was always in the post, especially as he got bigger. I mean, it wasn't no point for him to be anywhere but the post. Embiid has never been super healthy enough to really show that. But when he is down in the post, he does dominate.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
So, could Shaq dominate in today's game? I'm going to say that's a realistic thought, but I do think he had a different mentality. That's what kind of separated him from a lot of the big men today. Big men today want to do the EuroLeague stuff. They want to shoot threes and cross over and do things of that nature. But he probably would be just purely down in the post, just dunking on people. And he averaged 34 points a game, I think, in the season with the Lakers. Just doing that. No threes, no nothing. So young people, think about that. You can average 30 points a game and not shoot a three. But he couldn't be stopped anywhere in that paint. Matter of fact, they made the 3-second rule, stuff like that for him, where he couldn't just stake out in the paint on defense and I think in offense. So that's why they got the, was it 8-second defensive rule or 10-second or something like that. He couldn't just stage himself in the lane and just block everybody from coming in. So shout out to Shaq, man. I dominate today's league. I average 40 points, 15 rebounds. Stop it, Chuck. Stop it. Barbecue everybody. Barbecue chicken down in the post. Shout out to Shaq, though, man. Let me know, do you think he'll dominate today's game? Our next slide.
It's always business. Never personal.
Looking at the Celtics, they just they beat the Heat today. And my question is Drew Holiday what the Celtics need to win the championship? Is he the true point guard they needed? Because a lot of other point guards they had, they really never distributed the ball to play defense like Drew did. Like Marcus Smart he played point guard, but he not really a true point guard. He was more like a shooting guard kind of mentality. But Drew Holiday is a true point guard. And shout out to Drew for winning the championship with the Bucks. I hope that he can win the championship with the Celtics. And it seemed like I hope Tatum really kind of realized he has to dominate the game. If the threes are not falling, do that turnaround you was doing on the Heat. You got to dominate the game. You have to. I don't care what the other players think. If I was a coach, I don't care what y'all think. Tatum is the best player. Drew has the best ball distribution skills from a point guard, and then can still play defense, and he can score if he need to. It'd be interesting to see if the unicorn can step up and really be the player they thought he was going to be, the Phil Jackson. That would be awesome for Phil. I know Phil really loved the unicorn, but he never really panned out on that level. But let me know in the comments what you think. So I'm going to say that it seems like they're ready to turn it on. I hope they do. It would be a travesty for them to be upset by the Heat. But the Heat is known for upsetting teams, though. So, shout out to Drew, man. I think Drew is one of the most underrated players in the NBA. And I think people got to put a little bit more respect on his name. But shout out to Drew, man. So, my pick one. Tell me who you picking on this.
Blade, ready to die. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Who you picking? Karl Malone or Charles Barkley? The round mound, the rebound, or the mailman? Who you picking? They both were great players. The only thing that stopped them from winning the championship is one person, Michael Jordan. That's why they couldn't win the championship. Otherwise than that, great careers. I think both of them won the MVP. Both of them has been to the finals, and they both was eliminated by MJ. But if you had to pick one of these guys to have on your team, who would you have? Karl Malone or Charles Barkley? I would say Charles Barkley, because he could do everything. Not only could he distribute the ball, he could score, distribute, and rally the team, like really lead the team. I mean, when he went to the Suns, they wouldn't have gotten to the finals without Charles Barkley. So, and he was only 6'5". But what you're looking at right there with Karl Malone, that is LeBron. He was LeBron before LeBron. And LeBron just took it to a whole nother level. But that's the kind of body back then that a lot of dudes didn't have. Dude was like ahead of the game with the whole physique and all that stuff. But that was LeBron before LeBron right there. You looking at it. Karl Malone, dude was crazy. But as far as everything, because he got to the finals later in his career. And, Utah really couldn't get a team like that. But Charles Barkley got to the finals when he left the 76ers and went to the Suns. He got to the finals a little bit quicker than Karl Malone did, but was derailed by Jordan. But they both was good, though, depending on what you want for a team. Do you want like a smash mouth power forward, or do you want a power forward that's all around that can do everything? So with that being said, I'm going to pick Charles
Always
Barkley.
business. Never
There can
personal.
be only one. There can be only one.
And that's the one I'm picking, Charles Barkley. So next slide is LeBron. Is LeBron going to surpass Jordan in the GOAT conversation? According to a player poll, it's like anonymous. It's pretty close. It says Michael Jordan was voted 45.9%, and LeBron James was kind of close. It's cutting it close, 42.1%. I think what's going to happen is younger kids, the generations, as they change, the GOAT conversation is going to change because that's just what it is. Generations change. Just like in the real world, when generations change, things change. Like with jobs, here in Little Rock, there used to be a lot of factory jobs in previous generations. A lot of factory jobs, a lot of things like that. But then as generations change, a lot of more corporate kind of jobs has grown. Territories have grown. Just like in the NBA, a lot of people watch Jordan, but a lot of those people are getting older. Generations are starting to change, younger people. So it's going to shift more towards LeBron, just like a natural progression. That's just how the game goes. Sometimes you got to understand that you got to enjoy your peak while it lasts, because nobody can just stay at the peak. What goes up must come down. It's just gravity, it's law, it's just life. What goes up must come down. Jordan had a nice run in the GOAT conversation, but probably another 10, maybe 15 years, that probably will be a different sentiment. But had a run. He was great, especially just for a guard. He wasn't a big man that dominated the game. But generations change, people change, times change, things will change. Just keep living. You'll see it with your own two eyes. So let me know, who's your GOAT? So let's take a look at the brackets before we get up out this thing, because I don't want to be all day, because I'm feeling get ready to go and lay it down after eating a sandwich or something. So let's see. Let's see who you got. Let's make that bigger. So, looking at this, the Thunder, the Pelicans, they're leading 3-0. They should sweep the Pelicans. They should sweep them. It shouldn't be a competition. I mean, they're the 8th seed. You're the number 1 seed. Clippers, Mavericks. The Mavericks won a game last night, 2-1. It would be awesome to see the Thunder and Mavericks play, but I don't know. Let's see what the Clippers do. And I'm wondering if James Harden, is he really into this game, or is he are the Mavericks too big? They got too much post players for them to really pull out that game. Because I said this when they first did that trade. They lost a lot of bench players. They lost a lot of front court, and it's going to affect them in the playoffs. It's going to happen. And I don't know if they played the Thunder, the Clippers, would they have enough to stop them to get off the boards? Because Chet Holmgren is balling. If you know, you know. He balling, though. Going with the Timberwolves and Suns. They should sweep the Suns. They should sweep the Suns. The Suns are done. It's over with. I think that either they're going to give them another year to kind of get it together because they got Bill kind of late in the beginning of the season, but maybe they allow them to get fully healthy and have a training camp, maybe. But they could possibly blow their team up. And we talked about it in the beginning of the show. Is Durant and LeBron, are they on the decline? And also, let me see. The game 67-77. It seemed like they're trying to pull it out. I hope they don't let them come back because usually that's how they start, like in the third quarter. Then in the fourth quarter, the Nuggets come back. So we'll see what happens. We'll do a breakdown tomorrow. Celtics beat the Heat today, 2-1. Now they up 2-1. Man, they should have swept the Heat, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. If I was a coach, I would be telling them we need to sweep these guys. We don't need to play around because the Heat could come back and get hot. They can come back and push you to 7 games, kind of take away a lot of rest from you for this playoffs. Cavaliers and Magic, that's a wash. We'll see who win that game. It really don't matter. They're going to lose to the Celtics anyway. But still a good game, though. Still, they tied 2-2, good series. I think the Bucks and Pacers play tomorrow. Yeah, they play tomorrow. And we'll see what happens. They up 2-1. They had a great game. Halliburton and Miles Turner. Great game. Pascal Siakam fit right in. He's not trying to take over the team. He's just getting in what he fit in. Had a great offensive board to kind of keep them in the game. The Knicks and the 76ers, I think whoever win that series is probably going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. And if the Knicks go to the Eastern Conference Finals, that would be great. To see them and the Celtics play, that would be pretty great rivalry to start back up, but we'll see what happens. But
It's always business. Never personal.
shout out to the NBA, though. They playing good right now. Thanks for watching CTM Sports as well. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think.
You want answers! I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Good competitive playoffs this time. Move on. Probably be back on tomorrow sometime. But please make sure you check out the Thinking Game on Thursdays around 6 or 7, depending on what time we get off work. Podcast where we talk about ways to elevate. We talk about life topics that regular people deal with. And like I said, we're not celebrities, so we talk about things from regular person content. We're just guys from Little Rock making a podcast talking about life. If you're interested, check us out. We go live on Thursday evenings. We're on all platforms, CTM TV, LR, Twitter known as X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, a little bit on Rumble. But check us out. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.
There can be only one.
And this is Mike, and I'm signing out.